Salaki, I got Cardo's food. CBDC, you know, central bank digital currency, right? So what's the Lord gonna do? He's gonna, and it's all of the Lord. Whether you want to say it's the wicked, you know, the Lord rules in the hearts of men, you know. Whether they come and go, you know, it's of the Lord. Yep, you're coming down to the wire. Stand fast out here. You know, stand fast to the word. You know, don't fret, right? Don't be dismayed. You know, don't stress. You know, hold these high holy days. What, we got new moon coming up? Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday. You know? CBDCs. Yep, we got the day of Nicanor, right? We got the day of Nicanor, we got the day of Purim. You know, Nicanor, the Lord destroyed our enemies. Right? I believe you read that in Esther. Or Salaki, Maccabees. Purim is Esther. That's when the Lord used Esther and her beauty, you know, to I don't want to slaughter it, but basically I believe she went to the king, you know, with her beauty, let him know so that they wouldn't, so she could save her people, Israel, you know? Purim. So that's a day, this is a day when we give gifts to one another. This is our Christmas, right? This is the pagans who have their Christmas and worship their God. We have Purim. You know, we give thanks to our God, Yahweh B'Shem HaMashiach Yahweh Shai. We give food to one another. We cook our food. You know, you can give brother whatever, a gift if you want, you know. Just a day. I believe it's February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. You know, and it goes off the new moon. New moon is the first of the month. So you count, I believe it's 13th. The 13th, you're going to have day of... so from the new moon, you can count 13 days. That's going to be the day of Nicanor. Right? And 14th, 15th is the day of Purim. Purim is 2 days. And I could be off on the days. You know, I did the research on it. I'll do a video on it because it's coming up. You know, and the new moon, we just go into the new moon calendar. You know, the Hebrew calendar is different. New moon is new month. That's day 1, right? And then 7 days later is your Sabbath. So your Sabbath will always land on the day of your new moon. You know, and you have 3 Sabbaths, and then you'll have another, so you got new moon, Sabbath, which is half moon, Sabbath, full moon, Sabbath, 3/4 moon, and then you go into your next new moon. And that's every month. It's 30 days, perfect 30 days. You know, that's how the Lord originally made it. And we're going to get it right in the kingdom, you know. In the kingdom, we rehearsing the righteous acts, but the Lord going to make it perfect. We're going to be all one body, one accord. You know, because some of the other people, they have, the other Israelites, right? They go off new moon, off full moon. You know, and you can read it. You can read it. It says in its perfection, right? The moon in its perfection. Which is the day, I believe the day of Passover. It falls on the moon when it's on its perfection. So that's why that was the Passover falls on the 15th, right? Because you got new moon the 1st. The 8th of that month will be, right, 7 days later. 1 plus 7 is 8. It's going to be your next Sabbath. 8 plus 7 is 15. That's going to be your next Sabbath. 15 plus 7 is 23. That's going to be your next Sabbath. 23 plus 7, that's 28. That would be your next Sabbath, right? And then you got a new moon. You go into a new moon. So that's how we celebrate. That's how we celebrate the Sabbaths and the new moons. Because it says to keep the Sabbath day holy. You know, and the new moon is a feast. I gotta find it, but it says that Psalms 81 says that we blow the trumpet. Come on, this is the book of Psalm, chapter 81, verse 3. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on our solemn feast day. Right? So it's a feast day. You know, and some brothers hold it as like you can't cook. You know, it's a Sabbath, so you can't buy, sell, clean. But it's a feast day. Right? So I hold the Sabbath, and it says, judge no man of his high holy days on his meat or drink. Right? But you want to be on one accord with the brothers, you know, the brothers you went and you congregate, so there's no controversy and stuff. But it also says, I would have to look up where it is, but King David, you know, when you got to read into it and see the details. He basically had a new moon where he had a feast with the king, and then 3 days he ran into I believe the wilderness, you know, he ran into the forest and hid from King Saul because he wanted to kill him. So he ran to a priest. He came out of the bush, ran to a priest, and had eaten the showbread. Right? I believe that's in Samuel or Kings. David ate the showbread, KJV. Yeah, 1 Samuel 21, chapter 21. You know, so you got to read through Samuel, and it's basically within those chapters. It's going to tell you how, how the days and the time span between the new moon and when he came out and he hid and he went. So, you know, let the scriptures talk. You know, prove all things. We're not supposed to follow man, right? We learn from the brothers. The apostles and teachers, you know, elders that rule well has come before us, has laid down the foundation. Right? But it's on each and every one of us to do a diligent search on the scriptures to prove all things. Because you gotta be prepared to give every man an answer. So how are you gonna be out here teaching and preaching if you're not doing what you say you're doing? That's hypocrisy, right? That's what the Pharisees, Sadducees, hypocrites did. Right? They knew the law very well, but they never kept the law. So we got to make sure that we're not teaching what we're not doing. You know, what we teach is what we do. You know, that's important. Because that's the strength behind. The strength is in doing it, you know. Yeah, you can know something, but unless you're doing it, right? That's why it says the Pharisees make it hard on the people because they preach not what they do. You know, talking out of their ass. That's why, you know, they counted fools, right? They counted fools because it says, what it says? It says that a fool is known by his words. Right? Basically, like a sawdust person, who keeps his mouth shut will be counted wise. Where a fool, or a wise person, a smart person, talking too much, counted a fool, right? And that lets me know, bring out the scriptures. Right? God. So, again, Obadiah, verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Right? And what is this damn devil doing? We preach on the corner over there, there's an eagle on the top. Right? Their sign is the eagle. You go back, you trace their lineage. You trace back Europe, Romans, Babylonians, the Medes, the Russians. You look, and they're always a freaking eagle. Right? There's always an eagle. Carnivorous bastard, right? Blood-sucking, bloodthirsty. Searches on his prey. Exalt theirself. The eagle is high. When you watch the eagle that fly, that's why bird eye view, he sees everything. And the Lord has put them in their spirit to be the deceiver and to look over things. The Lord has took the base man and put him above us because we want to follow the base man instead of following the Lord. It's clear. It's clear once you got the eye self, like me and the brothers bringing out the other day. Right? That's Revelation 14. Right? It says, get that eye self, right? Buy this word and sell it not. The book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Right, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Say the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors and their works do follow them. Right? You die innocent, right? You die in the work. Blessed are you. Because it says this generation shall not pass away till the end comes. Luke, I believe 22, right? Chapter 22. Right? Let's see, where's the point? Salaki, this is not the eye self. Let me get that eye self. I believe it's 3. It says, Revelation chapter 3. I'm going to say it's from 17, right? Verse 17. Because thou sayest, I am rich and increased with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked. Right? That's the people of the world who seek after riches. You can have all the money in the world, man. The money ain't going to do you no justice. Right? You know why? Because you're going to realize that you need wisdom. Right? You're going to need the fear of the Lord. You're going to sell your soul, like they always say, you sell your soul to the devil. Right? You're selling, so you want the money rather than serving the Lord. Right? Verse 17. Salaki, verse 18. I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich. What's that gold tried in the fire? Aren't you going to get it from men keeping the word, preaching the word, doing the works? That's the gold, right? Didn't he say, I'm going to make a man like Ophir gold? Right? And what is that? The word. They keeping the word, right? Right, verse 18, continuing on, right? That thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed. What's that? We went into that, the garments before. The garments is the laws. Keeping the laws keeps your garments clean inside, right? You circumcise your heart, your inside, your mind. Right? Are we gonna fall? Yeah. We came in this thing holding on to the Lord. The Lord's hand was out. We reached out. We start crawling out of the hole. We cleansed our ways, and as we do stuff, we realize we're doing something wrong, or we might get that old man jump back on us. Hey, cleanse your ways. Kick that old man to the curb. That's what you gotta do. You gotta come in this as a babe, as a new creature, right? Verse continue on, 18. That thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear. Right? That's what Adam and Eve, that's what they talked about when they realized they were naked. Why? Because they partook of the other nation's ways. The serpent, so-called white man, right? Esau, Edom, had convinced them that you don't have to. You can partake of the tree, the fruits, their ways. You can partake of it, right? And he said, what he said? You shall surely not die. When the Most High said, yes, you're gonna die. So what did Eve do? That's why through her we all died. You got a second for the word? You got a second for the word? The truth, man. You could be an Israelite. You could be an Israelite. This is the truth. We've been taught lies our whole life. You know what I mean? We've been taught lies. You so-called Mexican or Native American, yeah, on your dad's side. Okay, because we get our seed from our dad. Like you have children. Yeah, that's your seed. The woman is the ground, right? Like if you plant a seed, that's just the ground. That's your seed. That's the bloodline. The blood is in the seed. So what I'm saying is, there's the people of the Lord is the Israelites. You heard of Israelites? They're of a bloodline. You can't walk into a church and be like, I'm saved. No, you gotta be part of a bloodline. Because the other people, they don't need saved. We the one need saved. And when I say we, it's the Israelites, the so-called black, Hispanic, Native Americans. We suffer the curses in this book. You go to Deuteronomy 28, it says, our children will be taken away from us. No, you'll have no strength in your hands. We go to this courtroom, they got the power to take our children away from us. Why? The woman says, oh, he's crazy. They don't want us to be a man. So now how are we going to show ourselves a man? Keeping the commandments of the Most High. So we out here teaching you that we have enemies, that the churches push an image that's not in this book. So why are they even preaching out of the book? Because Revelation says he looked like that. That's what Revelation says. So why do they push this image? They just want money, right? And lies. They the wicked of the earth. So we're telling our people, if your dad is so-called Mexican, you be the tribe of Issachar. Issachar, brother. When it says love your brother, it doesn't mean you're not going to love the other people who hate them. You're going to love your people. That's why I'm out here to, this is true love. This is true church. Church needs to call out. You're not going to call out to people who don't like you. And it's a bloodline. But it's written that not all our people will come back to the Lord. So we're telling our people, all we got to do is come back to the Lord. Why? It's written in here that Gog and Magog, which is Russia, China, they come against the beast system, Babylon, America. So before they come with the great arrow that flies from one side of the earth to another, before they come with that day, the day of the Lord, what are we going to do when we see USSR coming? Oh shit, kiss our ass goodbye? No, we can call on the Lord. So we tell our people, we tell our people what's his name in the Hebrew. Because the Hebrew tongue got straight. Yahweh. Yahweh, that's his name. See, you go back to Aztecas. The Mexicans, they go back to people called Aztecas, Incas, Mayans. But before that, they were Issachar, tellers of time. You got good skills to look at the sun. Oh, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3. I got about 4 hours left before nightfall. You know, we built pyramids, which was going off because we're not supposed to build idols. You know, the Lord said He's in you. The kingdom of heaven is you. So basically, this message, I'm gonna give you one scripture. Ecclesiastes, you know, simple words forever. But this is true love, brother. True love is the law. He says, if you love me, keep my commandments. Ecclesiastes, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God, name Yahweh. The Son is Yahweh Shah, not Jesus Christ, not the fake image, the real image, Jesus Revelation. Fear Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. His commandments. But this is the whole thing. How do we show us the commandments? Our ladies don't want to follow. Hey, it's not you, you know. I just tell you that I'm the Lord. If you love me, you will follow me. That's how we talk to our women. Right? And the commandments, he said they're not grievous. No, the commandments are not grievous. So we can trim our beard, but we don't shave. That's the other issue. That's why when we join their army, Esau's army, they make a shave. They take away because a beard is a badge of honor. They don't want us to be men. And how do you be a man? Keep the commandments. Our people, they love chorizo, they love carnitas. The book says don't eat the swine. And swine is almost in everything. Gelatin, you know, gummies, jello. So you gotta look. You know what I mean, brother? What's another thing? Ceviche. You like ceviche, right? That shrimp. You're not supposed to eat anything out of the ocean unless it has fins and scales. So we take the ahi, we take the tuna fish, we put mahi, you know, anything that fins and scales, we put that in the mahi. That's what we do. Because he said the reason why you don't do it, there's a purpose the Lord made it. For one, we want to see if we're gonna follow him, our Father. Just like our children, we tell them not to do something. If they turn around and do it, we get mad, you know? That's why he's mad at us. So he tells us, you know, there's ways around this. Bacon, that was hard for me to kill. What I did, changed to turkey bacon. What's your name? John, right on. Hey, that's, I don't know the Hebrew tongue for it, but, that, you know, Abba. No, that's Elijah. Yeah, brother. We're out here for you, man. Calling our people back. We're telling them we don't have a lot of time. Pretty soon we come out with CDC that's said to them, hey, digital curse. They're already pushing all this crypto crap. You know what I mean? In Revelation it says they don't come with a mark. Unless you take the mark, you cannot buy or sell. Don't do that platform. Hey, whatever, let the end come, you know what I mean? But what we do, we call upon the Lord. I go this way to Jerusalem. That's our motherland. Israel. You don't remember, but it says in the place that you sleep. Yeah, bring it up, brother. Yeah. Break down strong. I'm saying though, if Jesus is good, that's 2,000 years old. Right. But Earth, though, is 2 billion. And you got Right. I'm following. Okay.
Now, my thing though is, we were created in their image.
Okay.
But if you go back for billion years ago,
Right. Okay. Okay. So now, whose image are we created in? Whose image are we created in? Okay, we created in the Most High's image. Right. So Jacob had 4 wives.
yeah, if you look back 4 billion years ago,
Okay, so where is the scripture I'll bring up? So who did we learn that from? The same people who pushed this image. That's what I mean. They teach us lies. So all they look, I'm gonna bring out this one scripture. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High. Who's he? Esau Edom. Right? Esau Edom is a race of people. Like I said, we are a bloodline. Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, we the Israelites nation. Esau Edom, Europeans, Germans, right? Caucasians, they are who he's talking about. They shall speak great words against the Most High and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. They wear us out. Right here. Right here, this is my point. And think to change times and laws. So they change times. When you read this book, it says the earth is only 12,000 years old. The earth is only 12,000 years old. When you read in Ezra, right? The book of Ezra, it says that 10 parts have passed away. And there's only 1/12 part. So Ezra came right at that 2000 point when Yahushua came. You know what I'm saying? So Esau, Edom, he tells us lies. 3 billion. He tells us, you know how much distance between here and the sun? 172 million miles from here to the sun. How does he know that? It's lies to make him think he's empowered. No, the Lord has created all things. The Lord said, if you can number the stars, then I will not let my people be Israel. That's because this devil can't number the stars, brother. So what I'm saying is what they teach us is lies. They teach us lies. And I just read to you, they look to change dates and times and names and places. That's why me and you don't even know we Israelites. I'm Puerto Rican now. You're Mexican. You know, they're German. No, the Lord didn't create them to be that. The Lord created them to be Edomites, Israelites, Elamites, Moabites, Ammonites. That's who the Lord made. 18 nations. Right? When the flood came, the flood of Noah, he had 3 sons. Ham, Japheth, and Shem. They repopulated the whole earth, and 18 nations came out. We come out of Shem. But so does Esau Edom come out of Shem too. He's our twin brother. Genesis 25. Esau and Jacob. That's the word. Esau hated Jacob. Just like back before the flood, Cain and Abel. Cain hated Abel. He knocked him on the head, right? Well, the blood cried out of the land to the Lord and said, hey, you're Israelite, brother. You got to repent, come back to the statutes, laws, and commandments. You're almost out of here. What's your name again? John. Shalom, John. Right, and that's what Esau Edom does, man. Esau Edom, hey, I hope I got it on camera. This is for the edification of the nation, right? This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints. That's Esau Edom, so-called white man, right? Caucasians, Europeans, right? The devil the Bible speaks of. What does he do? He speaks great words. He puts himself, I was in Obadiah, he puts himself in the Lord's seat like an eagle, making as if he is the Lord. You know, how long will our people be simple and love simplicity, right? How long? You know, they said, wait a minute, I got a question. The earth is, 10 billion years old. No. According to Ezra, the Lord told him, the Lord Almighty said this place is only 10,000 years old.